And I think there was a point where he was so scared, and I was just going in at him at that point, like, yo, why did you do this? Hi guys, thank you for tuning into the Saccharine Fire, and today I'm gonna be sharing a story time with you guys about how I got my money back from a guy who basically scammed me. Just to set the scene, this happened towards the end of 2020 going into 2021. I was a full-time student at that point, and I was just trying to find new ways to make money and always looking out for opportunities. That's when that's how I met like the forex trader. I'll call him the FT for this video. That's how I met the FT, and I had met him through a close friend of mine. A close friend of mine posted a WhatsApp status, and she was advertising the FT's business. And in the FT's business, the FT had promised that after 5 days of his clients investing in his business, basically he's gonna give them their money back with accumulated interest. And I became interested in that, and mind you, at that point I had like zero, like literally zero to no knowledge of financial literacy at all. And it's quite sad to recite that, because I had been in the academic system for like 14 years at that point. 13 years at that point, and still I had no real knowledge about how money works in the real world, and it's upsetting. I was skeptical about the business that I saw because it looked too good to be true. Like, how can you have a certain amount of money and in 5 days you have accumulated interest just like that? And I asked my friend, yo, are you sure this is legit and everything? And she was like, yeah, I think it's legit. I've seen him like post statuses on his WhatsApp, and I've seen results, and also he's my cousin. Because I was like, okay, should anything go wrong, I know that I can always find this guy, so it's cool. I can just like try and go for this. Then I started like talking to the FT, and I'm not gonna lie, he was like a sweet and humble guy. He, there was nothing sus at all about his behavior. And I think there was a time where I asked him to provide like legal documents just so that I know my money is protected, and he was enthusiastic in providing those legal documents, even though we ended up not signing because I thought that the legal document was just like a bad piece of document. There was no way I was gonna sign that because I felt like it didn't have feet to land on. That's how I felt about the document. But the fact that he was so enthusiastic in providing the documents made me feel comfortable that this guy's actually gonna give me my money back. So the offer that I took, I gave him like 1,000 rand, which was supposed to be invested in his forex business. Mind you, again, my knowledge of forex at that point was just so bad. I just thought, forex was just this money making machine. Like in 2 minutes you can just double your money like that, and like you have so much money. And I'd invested like 1,000 rand, and I was supposed to get like 1,000 rand 1,500 rand in 5 days. Guys, saying that makes me cringe on the inside. So like, yo, it's not like it's the news, it's the fact that I'm saying all this in my throat. I can't believe it, but like I did that, and 5 days passed, and basically I didn't get my money. I tried contacting him and calling him, and he was like, no, my broker this, my broker that. He didn't give me any clear explanation as to what happened to the money. And at that point also, he was busy telling me that he was scared to tell me the real truth about where the money has gone to. So a week passed, 2 weeks passed. Now like I began like putting more effort and more pressure into getting my money back, but I wasn't getting it back. It got to a point where him and I were not even talking anymore because he was not taking my calls, he was not replying my texts. I would like throw threads like, hey, I'm gonna tell my brothers, but my brothers were really far at that point, like, yo. But I was just like trying to scare him a bit, telling him that I'm gonna tell my brothers, but that didn't work, guys. As time went by, I started asking my friend about his cousin, and somehow my friend didn't know exactly where the FT came from, even though they were family. It's like, when you just know that at some village you have family, and they tell you that no, this is your cousin, but you don't really know the details and the livelihood of this person. So my friend couldn't even help in that department, so I was getting more frustrated. And I remember there was one time also where I took matters into my own hand. He had shared like a tattoo picture of his arm, and I shared that picture on my Facebook, and he didn't even reply. Like, he legit just mized me. He just mized, and he was not even like, he was unbothered, guys, about bringing my money back. And this is how I came with the setup. The trap entailed a police radio chatter, sound effect, and then a private number, yeah, and some Oscar performance and an old woman's voice. So then I called him, and when he answered that day, I was like, okay, are you such and such person? And the FT was like, yeah, I'm this person, and I'm like, do you know such and such a person, describing me, the victim? And he was like, yeah, I know that person. And I was like, okay, I'm a police officer calling you from the police station, and I'm a mother. This person has came here with like complaints, and they have evidence that we can use to log you behind bars. Because I'm a mother, I wanted to call you to try and understand before arresting you first, and taking matters the legal route, because you're gonna be behind bars should this entire process proceed. And he was scared during that phone call, and I think there was a point where he was so scared, and I was just going in at him at that point, like, yo, why did you do this? You are the one that we like. You're part of the people that we don't like at the police station, because he's thinking I'm a police officer at this point. I'm like, you're part of the people that we don't like at the police station. Right now we're supposed to be solving serious cases, but look, somehow we're busy dealing with you guys, like you, the person who's defrauding other people of their money. You're also a student. Why would you defraud other people of their money? And you know what, in a way I was venting, even though I wasn't the first person and I wasn't the real person doing that. I felt good just going in at him, and he was so scared, which felt good, because he was just taking advantage of the fact that I was me all this time. So I was just going in and telling him that he should just send that money back and stop wasting the police's time, and just send the money to this person, me, the victim. And within an hour, guys, that guy had literally paid my money back. Literally, he paid my money back. And I couldn't believe, guys, because at some point I used to believe some of his stories, and the fact that maybe Vele, he couldn't, do the things and get the money. But now that I was aware that all this time he was just taking me for a fool and taking advantage of me, it was really sad. And it was just a sad experience, but luckily I got my money back, guys. That's how I got my money back, by setting this guy a trap. And what I basically learned was that the men who are supposed to be protecting us in society and being our brothers, guys, they're taking our money. And my trust issues just went from here to like here. That's what the event has done to me. And I just don't even, I don't even trust people. I always didn't trust people, but now I'm like skeptical on another level. Like, I'm not even like buying face anymore, I guess. Guys, I hope you guys make better financial decisions. But now I'm better now, because like my financial literacy is, I understand how money works in the real world now. There's no way I would look at an advertisement like that twice. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys learned something from my story, and something like this doesn't happen to you. And always try and think of smart and creative ways to get your money back, because a lot of times, because you're a woman and you can't really do anything, guys just take advantage of you. So just call your brothers, or do what I did, because my brothers were away. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you subscribe and you tell your friends about the channel. Tell your friends about the channel. I beg, and I hope you guys have a good day.